Hello, welcome to my PS Plus roundup of July 2020, and this month we got 3 games. We got NBA 2K20, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and a bonus game, Erika. So NBA 2K20 is developed by Visual Concepts and it is a sports game. Obviously it is about basketball. Unfortunately there's not an awful lot I can talk about it because I don't like sports games and I don't play basketball or I don't watch basketball. I don't even know the rules of basketball. So I can't really tell you if it is a good basketball game or not. I can kind of give you some impressions that I had from it. It felt like they'd put a lot of effort into making it not just about the game but about the whole experience. So even if you were playing a quick match, it was like a full-on game experience. You would have your breaks. There would be like a panel that was talking, there was like obviously all the commentators, the crowd was shouting. We actually did manage to set a good atmosphere. I think the graphics are good. I don't think they're as good as they look when you see the pre-rendered trailers and stuff, but that's, you know, that's gonna be next gen stuff anyway, really, isn't it? I'm still playing on the base PS4, but they were good enough, you know. There was different combinations of moves where you could press different combinations of buttons to achieve them. Obviously a lot of it will be about timing, about maybe placement of your team. I'm not sure. Obviously there's a lot of teams you can choose from. You can do a career mode, which I believe is quite extensive, as in it's got cutscenes about an actual story, not just about the games. So that's something worth looking into, especially if you're into basketball. I only played a quick game though, which actually lasted about an hour or something, so it wasn't that quick. But I don't know, it's a basketball game, and I think if you like basketball, it's worth the download. If you like sports games, it's worth the download. If you don't like either of those things, I just don't think there's a lot of point. It's not going to make you like them. So that's kind of where I stand with NBA. The second game was Rise of the Tomb Raider, which is developed by Crystal Dynamics, and it was 14.8 gigabytes. Sorry, I forgot to check the file size of NBA. Rise of the Tomb Raider is the second in the rebooted Tomb Raider series, following on from Tomb Raider 2013. And if you know anything about me, you probably know by now that I'm always a little bit funny when we get a sequel as a PS Plus game. I almost didn't even do a video about it because I didn't want to spoil, because I still haven't played the reboot yet of just Tomb Raider 2013, so I almost didn't try it out. But to be honest, I'm glad I did. If anything, it gave me the spur on to play the game that I wanted to play. So I have Tomb Raider on PS3. Obviously this one is on PS4. I thought that we got Tomb Raider on PS Plus a long time ago, before I was ever saving the games, but I actually did try and look it up and I can't find it at all. So that was one of the reasons that I forgave it for giving us a sequel, because I thought that we already had been given the previous game. I'm very unsure about that. Now I feel like the reason that we got this game, obviously I'm just theorising here, but I think it's funny that they've given us a game with a badass girl that wields a bow and arrow right when everyone's hyped about The Last of Us 2. I feel like that is, in my opinion, the reason that they've kind of tried to push this game this month. People are just finishing off The Last of Us 2, they're like, oh, what am I going to play next? Oh, let's get some more of this action with Rise of the Tomb Raider. That's what I think. I'm not saying that's a bad thing though. I really enjoyed playing it actually. It gave me a realisation that because I play a lot of older games, I've not really played a lot of current gen games, and this is from 5 years ago and the graphics blew me away. So imagine if I played something new. There is a whole world of games that I still need to play. It makes me glad that we get these types of games as well. So as well as the graphics feeling stunning, the action felt really good too. There was sort of typical Tomb Raider-ish puzzles, platforming. it's very much in the same vein as Uncharted. I pointed this out in my videos of it, that Uncharted is like the goofy male version, and then Tomb Raider is more of the serious female version. Personally, I prefer the goofy male vibe rather than the serious female vibe, but it's definitely going on my list to play after I've played Uncharted. I didn't even get to the combat yet because there also seems to be some like survival-ish mechanics and crafting, upgrading, kind of open worldy type feeling to it, and that is more than I expected out of this game. It's more than what you used to get. It used to be levels during the old Tomb Raider games, whereas this is like not full on open world, but it has open world elements to it, which quite impressed me. And the story seemed good too. It was simple, straight to the point, let's go and search for this thing, you know, before the bodies get it. And I like that. We know what we're doing, let's just go and do it. So honestly, I have no complaints about this game, I don't think, except for I just felt like it took itself a little bit too seriously. Other than that though, I'm actually very happy that we got this game. Then we got a bonus game, which was Erika. It is 40.2 gigabytes, developed by Flavorworks. It is a PS4 exclusive, and it is an FMV game, which means full motion video, which is like an interactive movie basically. It can be implemented in different ways. I've never actually played a full one, so I was really excited. I have watched some. I have played the demo of Jessica, which you can find in one of my playlists. I think it was the Steam Game Festival of the summer. And other than that, I've got no FMV experience, so it was a good bonus game for me. Now the reason they gave us a bonus game is because it's celebrating 10 years of PS Plus. It's only a 2-hour experience, so I was a bit like, is this really bonus game material? But actually, it meant that I got 2 games that I wanted to play, and 2 out of 3 is pretty good statistics, to be honest. So yeah, I was pretty happy with getting Erika. So I actually played the full game. I did a full playthrough. You can find it on the channel. Just because I was happy that we got this game, I'm still not sure whether I liked it or not. I don't mean that in a horrible way. I enjoyed learning what I learned from it, gameplay, well not even gameplay wise, just game dev wise, kind of, like what kind of possibilities there are. However, FMV games are gonna generally be story based, right? And I didn't really like the story, mostly it was a mystery. It was a mystery story. It was about Erika, and I played the whole game. You can make choices that determine the outcomes. There's many different endings, and I played how I wanted to play. I think it was a good ending. Right, this is what I mean. I can't even tell you if I got a good ending or not, because I don't know whether it was a good ending or not, because everything just was so unclear. The story was just kind of a mishmash of mystery that never went anywhere for me. I would still encourage you to play it yourself, just because it's always fun having your own experience and making your own choices. And I think maybe I'm going to play it again, because maybe I only got half of the story, you know? And it's only 2 hours. It's easy. If you're going to watch a movie, replace it with Erika for a night, you know? And it's kind of a good one that you can play with people in the same room as you as well. Just like a movie night. So there are plenty of pros to it. However, that I just have this disappointment about how the story turned out. There are plenty of positives as well though. I thought the acting was good. Sometimes they can be like really campy, and I didn't feel like this one was that campy. Sometimes they can look a little bit amateurish, and again this one looked full on professional cinematography. Like they really made like good use of the lighting and the environments that they had and everything like that. They got creative with it, and they really did try to make it look like an expensive movie. So I did feel like it had a high production value. So even if I wasn't following the story along so well, it was still interesting and nice to look at. Plenty of positives about it. I think it is a one that you need to try yourself to see if you like it or not. And see if you can follow the story a bit better than I did. In fact, if anyone did play it, please let me know what you thought. All of these games, but specifically Erika, I'd love to know. So this month they announced the games early, which was a bit unusual, but it is a little habit they've been getting into lately. I don't know if they're trying to change up the way that they do things, but I also didn't know if it was because of the 10-year anniversary. And as far as this month goes, I think it was a good month. Again, I don't know if I dare say that it's a 10-year anniversary celebration month, but it's pretty far up there. I mean, Tomb Raider's a good one. You know, I've had Tomb Raider ever since the PS1. Erika, PS4 exclusive, you're not going to play that anywhere else, so the only questionable one for me is just giving us another sports game. I don't know if that's just personal bias though, but when these sports games come out every year, once a year, they're always going to be there. If you want them, you can buy them, you know. I don't need to keep getting them, otherwise, because I would just buy it myself if I wanted to play it. But that's just, again, that's a personal gripe. And there will be plenty of people who got that game and were really happy to have it. So that's fine, you know. I'm not going to complain too much about it. But it was just, that was the one that was a bit weak as far as I was concerned, to making this a celebration month rather than a regular month. But yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? Very decent month, that's what I'm going to conclude with. So next month's games are already out because once again I am late. We have Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. Just the single player campaign, not the multiplayer online stuff, which I will chat about in the next one. And we have Fall Guys, the myth, the man, the legend, I butchered that. Fall Guys, what a game. I will be chatting about them in the next one. Thank you for listening. One little quick update, I did actually make a website for my channel. If anyone enjoys my content, please go and check it out. It's just CtrlAltNoob.com. It is where I'm kind of putting all of my content together, because I have this stuff, I do Let's Plays, I put this out as a podcast in case anyone just wants to listen to it. I also have some written stuff, some written reviews that I wrote a long time ago that are just sitting there, so I thought I might as well gather everything together and put them out. I also enjoy doing video game photography, so at the moment I'm working my way through Shadow of the Colossus and having little collections of photos and, you know, the Spider-Man, Red Dead Redemption, other games that have photo modes. I've been playing around with them. I also add on any recommended content. All my favourite people are on there, so if you go and have a look, if you're looking for any more content, I can recommend you plenty. Off the top of my head, that's everything, but I would really appreciate anyone going and checking it out, seeing what you think. You can sign up so you get a little email whenever I post new stuff. I will be posting like a little written version of this too. Also, if you like these videos, please don't hesitate to let me know. If you've got any ideas how I can make them better, except for being on time, let me know. Always appreciate anyone spreading the word, liking and subscribing and all that. I'm just having the best time, spending a lot of time lately on this channel and gaming in general. And I'm going to stop now because I could talk all day about how much I'm enjoying it. So that was July of PS Plus. Next up we have August. Thank you for listening / watching, and I will catch you later. Bye!